Hi, my name is Jim King, and I'm founder of Insights to Freedom. Thank you for watching. Over the last 5 or 6 weeks, we have sent out a number of videos and articles, different topics that were interesting as far as the financial markets. And a lot of it had to do with taxation. You know, we're right in the middle of this situation with the virus where the government has come up with trillions of dollars to get out into the economy, try to stimulate the economy. And hardly anyone in the United States right now is saying, that's great, but how are we going to pay for this? And yet we continue to build up huge amounts of debt without talking about future taxation. And I know that us in the United States, we have to come to grips with, at some point, the almost impossibility of paying back a lot of this debt. And we could go into a lot of different bunny trails here that talk about, you know, who's buying our debt and who do we really, are we getting enslaved to? And a lot of the comments, we had over 100,000 people watch these and make comments, like it, share it, because it hit a chord, struck a chord with different people that there has to be something going on in our culture. Okay, so one of the things that I find interesting is that a lot of people are basically saying, hey, I wish it would just go back to the way it was. Without actually asking, well, what was it about the way things were that got us to the point that we are now? If we only go back to this place where it looks like the stock market's doing well and people are working and quote unquote the economy's great, without looking at the underlying problems of what caused this economic collapse, it wasn't the virus. The virus was a part of it, certainly had a big part of it, but there were lots of signs before that, economically, that we were going to go into a downward period. And yet people just say, hey, we want to go back to the way things were. Let's take a look at the things that got us to the place we are right now. I talk to people all the time that say, you know what, I'm told to go to work, make this money, give it to other people to manage, and you know they're going to put it into stocks and you know this 401k and 501 or IRAs and things like that take control away from us, give control of our money to somebody else, and supposedly someday we're going to have this big pool. Now, if you're a 70-year-old person and this coronavirus comes along and all of a sudden, boom, you go down 25 or 30% in your retirement because your financial planner is saying, hey, you got to have your money still in these stocks. Look how great it's doing. What's reality for you? Okay, are you going to go back to work? Are you going to go try to make up for what was lost? And yet we're told all the time, keep doing the same thing, keep doing the same thing. And I've been through enough boom and bust cycles to realize, you know, it's hard to come back from some of those busts just to get back to where you were before. And so we keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And it's not going to happen. Okay? Is there a different way? Is there a way that we can have access to our money, have continual growth in that money, and someday not just have the money, but this cash flow available to us during our retirement? And the answer is yes, absolutely. But you have to change. It's not going to happen for you. You have to sit there and say, I got to do something different. Nothing is going to change if you're not willing to change. Okay? Insights to Freedom is a group of people. We want to have these discussions. We want to look into the past. We want to value the differences that people have in their opinions on money and how to invest or what to put money into. But I'm going to tell you right now that what I've been studying and what I want to share can help you and your future generations unlike anything that you've seen. And I've studied what's known as Austrian economics, which is the opposite of what we're doing in the United States right now. It's backed by gold, it's backed by precious metals, there's stability in that, very few boom and bust cycles. And how can we do that when our problems are so huge? Well, I believe that we can, and it's through what's called infinite banking. Infinite banking is a way that you start to put money into something that you own and you control, which means you can begin doing your own banking system with that and finance the things of life and pay yourself back instead of putting your money with somebody else where it may go up and it may go down and you don't really have access to it to finance the things that you need to do in life. I talk to young entrepreneurs, 25 and 30-year-olds, very sharp young people, and they're saying, you know what, this 401k stuff, we're told that we have to do it. We don't know that there's any other thing to do because nobody's told us, but it bores us to death. We don't want to give our money away and not have access to it. We want to use our money. This is your answer. Okay? It doesn't matter if you're 25, 35, 55, 75. This situation begins to bring control of your money back to yourself. Now, I'm doing a special right now on Insights to Freedom. We're developing a membership, an exclusive membership of like-minded people that want to have these dialogues and these discussions. We're going to have all different ways to learn this